Hey everyone, Jake here from Jake's Opinion. This video is going to be a FIFA 13 review. I did a FIFA 12 video 3 or 4 months ago that was talking about the flaws in FIFA 12 and what needed to be fixed for FIFA 13 to be a really good game. Well, I've got FIFA 13, I've played it for a few weeks now, and I feel like talking about it. So let's get into it. Actually, before we get into it, I just want to congratulate EA Sports on actually putting Messi on the front of the cover now. I think for the past 7 years it's been Wayne Rooney, but it's about time they've actually put the best player in the world on the front cover of the best sports game in the world. You know, it just seems like it's an easy choice, but they finally got it right. But now onto the real stuff. I'm going to go over the new features of the game and let you guys know what I think of that. So the first new addition is Smart Attacking. The name pretty much explains what it is. I think it's a really good addition to the game. Too many times in FIFA 12 I was running forward with the ball and there was no one with me and I had to try and take on the whole defence. But at least this time when I'm running with the ball, I've got another 2 or 3 teammates with me and it's up to me to pick the right pass to get through the defence. The next one is Complete Dribbling. I haven't really used it that much, so I can't really talk about it, but all I know is that it gives you a lot of control over the ball, and that's something that makes the game a lot more realistic. And once you get the ball, you don't have to go forward, you can turn to the side, left, or even go backwards to your goalkeeper or defenders, and then start attacking from there. First touch control is probably the best addition to the game, I think. It gives each match a sense of unpredictability. In FIFA 12 you could cross the ball from one side of the field to the other, and then the player, even though he probably wasn't a great player, just controlled the ball as if it was glued to his foot, and it wasn't realistic at all. This time, you've got to consider a lot of different variables, whether the pass is too fast, too slow, how fast the player that you're passing to is running, the angle of the pass, and the skill of the player that you're passing it to. He's got to be able to control it, because not every player is going to control the ball. And even the best players at times do fumble the ball in real life. So it's good that in the game that actually does happen. But at the same time it allows you to take the ball off the opposition on various occasions because they're fumbling it under pressure. Next one is skill games. I really like this. In FIFA 12 it was cool when the loading screen would come up, you could take shots from different angles against a keeper. But this time you've got different training sessions, if you were to call it that. There's some where you've got to practice dribbling through cones and then take a shot against a keeper, crossing, penalties, learn to take free kicks from different spots on the pitch, set pieces, and all those sort of things. So it's really a good addition to the game for especially players that aren't really addicted to FIFA and they don't play it too much. It's kind of a little practice session for them so they can get better and actually understand the controls. Tactical free kicks is another addition to the game. This was a really cool one, I thought. Not really something that I've really used that much. It's been used against me a few times, but even then the opposition hasn't really scored. The setup is really cool. You can have 3 or 4 players around the ball and then you can fake it a couple of times and then take a shot or even pass it off to someone that's running through the centre and then just smash it. But really it's not a vast difference to the last game. I mean, it does make the game more realistic because that does actually happen, but it's not something that I'm going to be using too much in the game. Now for the next thing, I'm going to talk about career mode. I'm not going to really talk about Ultimate Team and all that sort of stuff because I haven't really played it that much. Career mode is where I'm at. In career mode I've noticed that the match build-ups are much bigger, much more intense, especially with the voiceover guy that starts talking before every game, telling you what the standings are, who you're playing, and how many points you are on top or, you know, from the top. It really does emphasize the importance of each fixture, like in the real life, that even a draw isn't good enough. You have to get the 3 points because if you drop 2 points, Manchester United or whoever will jump on top of you and you drop to the bottom, and that adds pressure onto yourself because then the board members are going to get frustrated with you. So it really does make it that much more realistic. Another good change to career mode is the transfers. You can now choose to stall the offer, accept the offer, reject the offer, or actually put through a counter offer. And in addition to all that, you can actually get a player from your squad that you don't actually want and put him into the deal as well. Apart from just adding 10 million to get a player, you can add 10 million and then plus an Aaron Ramsey or someone like that and hopefully get the player across to your team. So there are more options there. It's not just a matter of bidding 20 million for a 15 million player and then they accept it and you accept it and you get the player and he flies over and that's it. You actually have to think about it this time. It's not just a matter of bidding for a player and then accepting and he comes over your team. It's not like that. It's much more of a realistic process. I'm saying that word a lot, but it's true. The game is much more realistic and you have to think about your decisions a bit more. Another cool thing is that they actually allow you to coach an international team while you're actually coaching a Premier League side or whatever side you're coaching. I've been getting offers every now and again to coach the Portugal team or Australia or New Zealand or whatever, and it's really cool that you can balance the two things at the same time. It kind of reminds me of Football Manager, how you can do that at the same time. You're coaching your league team, and then you've also got an international team at the same time. You're trying to balance the two jobs. I haven't really done it just yet because I just want to focus on my league team and kind of develop the squad, but I'm sure in a couple of seasons' time I'll probably jump on there and hopefully coach in a World Cup or something. So that could be a cool experience. Another thing I like during the game is the random stats that kind of pop up while you're playing. They'll just, they'll just cut to a camera angle, on Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain or something, and on the bottom a caption will pop up and it will say that he's had 14 assists this year and that's the league best. Just those subtle changes really do add to the game. Didn't have that last time. I really like that, and if the coach is under pressure, the commentators will start talking about you, or if someone wants to leave, like Bakary Sagna does in my game, the bastard, it says, this player is not comfortable in the squad and he wants to be transferred to another team. I really like that aspect of the game. Just really small changes can make a really big difference. And I'll just quickly touch on seasons. I don't really play Ultimate Team, so I'm just going to talk about that for a bit. I like that you can actually win trophies. It's not just a matter of getting to the next division. You can get to the next division, but you can push more and actually get to a certain point where you win the trophy for that division. So you've got another option to it. It's not just get past a certain point and you stay in the league, or get past another point and you advance to the next league. There's another thing where you can actually win a trophy, so you get a bit of satisfaction about that, and you've got your own trophy cabinet where you can go back and kind of look at your achievements if you really want to. But it's just things like that that advance the game from last year. Now to the graphics. I think the graphics are great. I've noticed that the grass is a lot brighter, which is a good thing. I've seen photos from FIFA 12 to FIFA 13 and it's just so much different. The players don't look that much different. I've seen comparisons and they aren't, dramatically changed, but they still look very realistic, and that's definitely always going to be a given when you play games like this, especially in 2012 with the technology that's out there. And lastly, the ratings, they're all pretty spot on. I would have thought that Heskey would have been, around 89, 90, but, EA doesn't really believe in him anymore. I believe in you, Heskey. Yeah, that was weird. No. But yeah, hopefully you liked the review, guys. Comment below, tell me what you think about FIFA 13, if you love it, if you hate it. If you think PES is better, maybe even comment there. If you're a PES fan, probably don't come here because, yeah, PES is pretty shit. But, make sure you like the video below if you like FIFA 13. Subscribe to my channel above. I'm an Arsenal supporter, as some of you probably already know. I put out Arsenal reviews, so make sure you subscribe so you get all that, plus everything else. Thanks for watching, and have a good weekend.